3, 2, 1. We are back with the Click to Close podcast. Travis Howerson.
Preston Guyton. What's up, buddy?
What's up, man? Where'd you get that shirt, that sweater?
I don't know.
What is the place called? It's like the tree.
Oh, I got this at
The Maui place?
Travis Matthews. I got it at private PJ store. No, I got it in Kiowa.
Kiowa, not Maui. Kiowa, Maui. When you told me you went to Kiowa, I was like, man, where is that? And Catherine was like, I was thinking it's Hawaii. And I'm like, Preston went to Hawaii. That's sick. And they're like,
You're going there for a weekend.
you're like, I'm there for a weekend. I'm like, you're going to Hawaii.
You're not
for a
supposed to
week.
tell people that.
Wait, why? That I don't know where it's at?
You thought I was in Hawaii.
I thought, man. I don't know. It sounds like it. Well, that's why I told Dano. They're from Hawaii. They're literally from Hawaii. I was like, oh, I thought Preston went and played golf there. And they're like, what? I was like, I found out it was in South Carolina. So it threw me off. But anyway, love the jacket.
What are we talking about today?
Today we're talking
you're
about...
wearing black. Again. The last podcast, you were wearing black.
Okay. These got to be chopped up. That's so funny.
Maybe we could use AI to make it
just
white.
different clothes the whole time.
Yeah.
You could probably
Put an apron on
with
you.
the stuff we've been doing with AI recently. We could do anything. Actually, it's kind of crazy.
Put an apron, lobster apron on you.
This guy works at Red Lobster. This is great.
So what are we talking about today?
We're talking about leads. We're talking about leads. What shows the button to go leads.
What about leads?
We're talking about why people, where they should actually focus and why they focus on the wrong things and where they should actually put their focus. I said that.
Say that again. Fast.
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Where they focus.
Where do they focus with the leads, with the focus of the leads to the leads?
Where they need to put their focus for the leads instead of
leads.
Where they are currently focusing.
Focus on the leads before the leads.
They need to focus on better quality leads.
Okay. Kidding. Yeah. So,
instead of downloading a list and just putting it in your FUB, you need to just focus on how you're producing and generating.
Well, it's not only that. I mean, it's, anything around leads, like, some will focus on, hop into the database and make 300 dials.
Oh, yeah.
Instead of like, let's focus on conversations. Or, it's like which I get it, right? But so many teams a lot of times, we generate thousands of leads instead of like, focus on conversations or focus on even like appointments. Like, we generated 350 appointments last month.
Yeah.
So, okay, if you look at that, like if you think about generating appointments, what's a good conversion rate from appointment met or appointment set to a contract?
1 to 5.
1 to 5.
That's me.
20%.
In my opinion, I believe every ISA, at least when I was setting appointments, it was 1 out of every 5 appointments I'd set would close.
So we wish to say 1 to 5 contract, not even close. Like there will be some follow. So 20% is
not be fallout.
Well, yeah, I know. There's going to be fallout. Yeah.
I was always a freak if it was fallout.
Oh, 100%. So 20%. So 20%. If the expectation, if a company's sharing, hey, we set 300 appointments last month, they should be getting about 60 contracts a month.
Exactly.
If they're doing that consistently, right? Yeah. Like 300 appointments set last month doesn't mean 60 contracts this month. Yeah. Right. But, if you continue to do that over time, if you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, then those should. And it just depends on like, what is an appointment?
Yeah. And that's my always first question.
It's like, I got somebody on the phone. I'm going to transfer to an agent without any information.
It's not an appointment.
That's not an appointment.
LP Mama.
LP Mama. What does that mean?
Oh, God. Location, price.
Mama?
Area. LP. Location, price, motivation. Area, mortgage. Don't give me that. I don't remember now. I don't know. I just have
what is the A lead? What is the A? Last A.
It's not.
Is that appointment?
Isn't it area?
You already said area.
Agent. I always thought it was agent to ask if they have an agent or not. Okay, cool. All right.
Well, whatever.
Whatever. LP Mom is just motivation to me. Because if they don't have a motivation, they're not going to buy.
Yeah.
But to your point, what I was going to say is like, where they're focusing, like what a quality handoff is, you have to have that written down somewhere in your organization. What is the definition of a handoff? Or like, what is the definition of appointment? Like, that's my biggest thing because each person has something different.
Yeah.
Like every CEO I've ever met, it's like, well, I think an appointment is this. Well, I think it's this. Some people are like, I quite literally think an appointment is when you have a date and time that this agent will go see a property with this client. And some people are like, I just need a sheet of paper filled out with the motivation, their name and number. So, it's just different. You just have to ask, though, and find out. But yeah, 1 out of 5 for me, just scoring myself on the LP Mama. If I could get that, 1 out of 5 would close, in my opinion.
Yeah. And then focus on that appointment set, appointment met, getting face to face, whether it's Zoom or coffee or whatever it is. I mean, once you have that interaction with somebody, you're much more likely to close that person.
Yeah, and I think you've talked about it before, but it's like, I think you and Chris Snow were talking about it, but like it's face to face is always gonna outperform, or like I think it just like compared to other metrics, but face to face, belly to belly, whatever it is, no matter what the timeline is, usually that person has like a 70 to 80% chance of closing that deal, no matter what their time frame is.
Oh yeah,
face
for sure.
to face.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it is like if whoever the person meets with first, face to face or belly or Zoom, even Zoom, like Zoom has become almost like you're meeting in person.
Yeah,
because you think about it, like you're 3 feet apart, although. I'm 1.5 feet, 2 feet from my computer. You are as well. So you're really like sitting with that person.
exactly.
And a lot of people feel that way.
Dude, I'd be much
Where
more
like on a
confident
on a call or text, I mean, there's nothing there.
Yeah.
I mean, there could be good communication, but you're much, you want to get them, whether it's via Zoom or in person, as quick as you can.
Yeah, worst case scenario is a phone call. You know what I mean? Like that is like, that's just like, if you're trying, like last ditch effort, like you've tried to ask for it in person, like said no, like, oh, can I get on Zoom? I don't have Zoom. It's like, okay, well, here's a link that I can send
Everybody
you.
has Zoom.
Exactly. It's like, here's a link they can send you. And it's like, well, like they say no to that. And then it's like, hey, how about this? What if I give you a call tomorrow at 5 o'clock? Like, would you answer the phone if I call you? And I've actually said this and I've argued my point and I will die on this hill. But I sometimes think an appointment via phone is actually better than like a direct connect transfer. Like in my opinion sometimes, because if I can get someone to agree, you know how easy it is to miss a phone call or how easy it is just to ignore a phone call at 5 o'clock from someone. It's very easy. But like, I think that's a much more qualified appointment than me saying, oh yeah, you want to talk to an agent? Yeah, here's Preston. And I hand it to Preston.
There's no relationship there.
Exactly.
So it's
But someone
like
agreed to
it's
answer
like,
the phone,
hey,
which is great.
it's a live connect. Hey, I want to see this property. You go see that property. You haven't built any kind of relationship. How easy is it for me just to walk away from you after I look at the one house, right?
All
Like,
the time.
I don't like this house.
Oh my God, it happens so
and then you
much.
walk away and you lose it. I mean, that's why it's good to have they want to look at one house, but you want to set up others so you build that relationship. I still think it's important to get them in your car as well. Like a lot of agents are like, yeah, I'll meet you at the house. I just don't think that makes sense.
Yeah, I don't think it
I
does
mean,
either.
not only from, riding in the car, you get to speak to people, meet, you get to learn more about them, but also like, it's just not safe.
Yeah,
I
you're
mean,
right.
A live connect. I'm going to meet you at the house. I think, I think it's very important to meet at the office and go from there.
No, I agree. And it's interesting because like when I was saying like if I can have someone pick up the phone at 5 o'clock, like that means I feel like they're much more qualified to do like, you know what I mean? I feel like it's just easy to ignore that. Like, so someone to actually do it and answer the phone at 5, I'm like, wow, surprised. Because it's interesting to see those stats though. But
yeah, I mean, and that's a lot of what we're focused on too, like the leads, like how can we make communication easy? How can we help the agent speak to the consumer in a way? And, with the Easy app we're launching in the middle of the year, there'll be a consumer app and an agent app. I mean, a lot of that communication is built right in there, and it makes it easy it's going to be super cool. Like some of the stuff we're doing, I don't know of another app that does it. So it's going to be.
I'm pumped. And that's something we'll go through that, and that's going to be interesting as we just start building these things out, which is so cool.
Yeah.
But no, I'll tell you something funny yesterday, like just as like when we were talking about like lead scoring or like quality of lead, it's kind of funny because I was in a database yesterday doing a training and they have Easy Verify, right? Shout out to Easy Verify, not a plug, not a
Easy Verify.
Easy Verify.
AI.
But what I was showing though was like, oh yeah, if you want to make a quality like call list, like this is the things you need to do. Like, because the person said to me, they're like, I called all these leads yesterday, nobody answered the phone. I was like, hey, this is what you need to do. Go in here, these are the filters. And I just said phone is good, and I did like phone contact score or phone contact grade, and did the score 100 and like last visit, and then I did like phone is good just to show it, and it came up with like 25 people. And I was like, hey, this is a
Did they
list
call them?
I called the first lead and had like a 15-minute conversation with this lead immediately, and she was like, all right, how did you do that? And I was like,
yeah,
hey.
I mean, really, that's the thing too. Like, not only and that's what I tell people. Like, part of this conversation is obviously about leads, but like let's focus on
Well, it's a quality
higher
lead.
quality leads,
Yeah.
right? Like, the way you're running ads or the way whoever's running ads for you. I talk about this all the time. Like, so many people want to run interruption marketing, and then, they see a banner ad or whatever it is on Facebook or wherever they're at. They come in, you force them to register. Not, a lot of times they'll put in bad information, where if you're running like pay-per-click, you're meeting them when they're actually searching.
Yep.
I think interruption marketing makes sense for retargeting and remarketing, but when you do that, don't force them to register when they come back. Like, just allow them to come and look at properties, and when they actually want to inquire, that's when you get a higher quality lead.
Yep.
But doing those things and then having a system built in a way like, the way we do it, or Easy Verify, it'll score the lead based on, like you just said, phone contact grade is A to F. So A means we match that name against the phone number. So an A means that name and phone number matches, which is great information to have. So that person, the name they put in matches that phone number. And the other one is phone activity score, which is 0 to 100. When you're running that, when you tell people about it, the best way to do that smart filter is do 70 to 100.
Yep.
So A, even B's are good. A and C's mean the name matches the phone, but the activity score is low.
Yep.
But if you're looking for people that are like most likely going to answer, or have a good activity with that phone, 70 to 100 basically means it's a mobile phone.
Yeah.
Right. So the contact grade A, B, if you want to do both of those. B just means the phone's good, but the name and the phone don't match, and that could be a scenario where it's the wife's name, the phones are in the husband's. The account's in the husband's name, so it doesn't match up. So you do that. So phone activity is 70 to 100, contact grade of A, and obviously the phone's going to be good at that point because it wouldn't give an A score if the phone's good. And then use that, and like you said, last visit, you're going to build a good list of people.
Yeah, you're going to have such a solid list of people that you'll be able to reach out to. And that, like I said, it was 1 for 1. I was like, well, it just goes to show you.
I don't have to call anymore.
Yeah, exactly. There's like nobody answered my phone call. I was like, well, did you?
But it
filter
does
correctly?
do, like, if you exclude F's, like F's are just like nothing's good.
Yeah.
But like I tell people that the prime leads, if we're doing it through Easy Verify, are going to be contact grade A, phone score 70 to 100, emails valid, not on the DNC list or on the DNC. It doesn't matter as long as they're coming in through an opt-in source. I don't care if it's on DNC or not on DNC. And those are going to be the ones you're going to have. You're going to get them to answer. They might answer and say F off, but they're actively on
The website.
their phone.
And their phone.
Yeah.
They know what they're doing. Yeah, exactly. So the chances are when you call that person, you say, hey, is this Cherry? Chances are that's Cherry. You know what I mean? So I use Cherry because that's who I called.
Enriching the data too. I mean, that's a big thing, like getting other information on that contact. A lot of times if it's a seller lead comes in with a no phone, they don't know if they put in the phone number or not. So if you enrich it, pull a mobile phone and call them. Yeah. And even then when you add the mobile phone, it'll look and see if that contact matches that actual phone number.
Yep. No, that's good. And that's something I even went over. I went over that with Ty yesterday with the Breland's team and like showed him all of that stuff. And he's like, oh, wow, I didn't know we could do this stuff. So I'm like, hey, it's perfect. So, no, it's good. I mean, it's just making sure you have the right data for the leads that are being generated. But it's always interesting because, like, obviously that's something we've always focused with Easy Home Search is making sure that, like, the leads that are coming in, like, a lot of the leads that are coming in are really good already. They're all just A's, you know what I mean? And that's what was funny about filtering this person's database. So.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's something we do too. Like, and I talk about that, like the quality of the lead. Like, if somebody comes into Easy Home Search and puts in a bad email, a bad phone, it won't let them register, you know. Now, I could be searching myself and put in Travis's number and Travis's phone, and it'll still allow you to register.
Yeah.
But you know, if we turn that off, we'd probably generate 30 to 40% more leads.
Yeah.
But you know, we already generated enough leads. Like, I would rather have higher quality. I love hearing, and I heard it a lot at the ranch too, and from other partners, that the agents are like, wow, these people from, you know, leads from Easy Home Search actually pick up the phone.
Exactly.
And having conversations. So.
Yep. Well, good.
Cool, man.
Cool. Lead
You
quality.
going to be wearing black again on the next podcast?
No, I'm
you
going
think?
to go in that closet right there. Put on your shirt.
All right, man.
Appreciate you.
See y'all
Find us where
next
you
time.
find us.
Sweet.